Welcome back, folks. As some industry players like Greenhome are extracting added value through tech-intensive and resource-efficient sorting, some others are testing waters on introducing automated recycling to neighborhoods.
As Greenhome is exploring the use of automation and automated recycling, at the other end of the city in the Songjiang District, a young man has been working on the idea for several years. This recycling machine in Songjiang University town will come into use this September when students go back to college. It was made by Chu Shengfeng, who graduated from Shanghai Lixing Accounting College in 2010. Chu started an environmental protection company called Duola that same year. Machine users need to follow the official account of the company on the messaging app WeChat to get a QR code for their membership. After scanning the code, they can press the relevant icon and toss their garbage into the machine. The machine will automatically send a message to users on WeChat with details of the points they have earned.
This is the second generation of the machine where the value of 100 points is 1 yuan. In our point system, a drink bottle scores 5 points and 20 bottles equals 1 yuan. Residents are paid 80 cents per kilo of clothes. The redemption program is subsidized by the district government.
Users can redeem those points through electronic payments on WeChat. They can exchange points for cash or buy commodity goods online. Chu wants to use this mobile app to its full potential.
After I get a large membership on WeChat, I can sell advertising to businesses that would like to embed their product information in the articles published by our official account. Songjiang University town has tens of thousands of college students, so it's not a problem for us to worry about membership.
There are many people in the Songjiang District who are older and do not know how to use mobile phones. So Chu combines the machine with the city's Green Account program. Residents who bring recyclable waste to the appointed place can obtain points once they are checked out by volunteers. However, Chu's machine can do that automatically and at any time.
Our very first test was in Tongbo Estate. Residents responded better than I'd expected. Every month we collect 2 tons of old clothes and 500 bottles.
Chu says about 600 to 700 households have green accounts in Tongbo, and 400 of them use the machine to recycle. There's a 10% growth rate, but that will fall as fewer users are available in the estate. There are 8 of Chu's machines in Songjiang's communities.
I think it's everyone's responsibility to sort garbage. My family and I come here very often to put in dry trash like old clothes and drink bottles. There are a lot of good available, and I've redeemed soaps and shower gels.
Chu can monitor the amount of trash he received through a real-time system and can contact district-affiliated recycling centers whenever his machines are full.
I can see who participates in the system on my computer. In the future, we'll make a calculation and start a ranking system by neighbourhood committees, estates and neighbourhoods. Those statistics will be given to the district government. In the university town, we'll also have a ranking list by colleges and individuals. I will publish it on the machine screen to the public.
Chu's team is made up of 3 people who design and make the machines in an industrial park supported by the local government. The machines are designed to weigh items, calculate points, and send data to base headquarters. Chu says his team has encountered many difficulties during the process.
The concept of the first generation is very simple. Coins will come down right after users put in their garbage. Residents in the community like it because they can benefit right on the spot.
It costs 7,000 yuan to make one recycling machine, plus 1,000 yuan for logistics and other costs. All of that money is subsidized by the district government, but Chu has to pay for that operation himself. The outdoor machines break down once or twice a week. Chu drives there to fix them. His team is working on a new generation to solve the problem.
Our new mode is semi-automated. After users scan their mobile account, the facility will print out a label with a QR code accordingly as a way of identification. Users then paste the label on the garbage bag they put in. Employees at recycling centres will sort and weigh the bags.
Chu says that through this mode, the third generation can take in any categories of recyclable waste. It will also add WeChat as an additional identification method to all the machines. He plans to put the advertising fees he earns back into the incentive system, bringing in more benefits to the machine's users.
So let's talk about Dola, right? So every person registers online, gets a QR code, and from using this code, you get green credits, and you can manage your green credits. How does this online component fit into the entire business model?
I think having the online component really helps in terms of customer relationship management. So it helps you to accumulate as well as to retain users in the online world. So now, as you mentioned, Tracy, with the mobile app, with online presence, they can help their consumers keep track of their accounts, their recycling history, and their green credits, and they can actually use the green credits towards other purchases, right? And once the company is able to accumulate a large enough number of users in the online world, then the company can come up with more creative source of revenues. For example, I think there will be advertised revenue coming in, and also the company can organize some offline activities. So the online presence basically becomes a marketing strategy for the company.
So we see the online to offline model working again here.
That's right.
This Dola machine sounds like a great idea, but to put Dola machine all over the place requires a lot of upfront costs. Can a company break even?
That's an interesting question because, as we know, these machines usually cost about thousands of RMB per machine, so they're quite pricey. I think one way to generate some revenue to cover the cost is by placing advertisements, on the sides of these machines, right? And an alternative way to approach it is actually try to use installment payment, right? So instead of paying for the entire machine up front, if the company is able to negotiate a better term with the manufacturer and use installment payment, so basically paying for the machine over several periods, I think this will help alleviate some of the cash flow pressure for the company significantly.
So Professor Jia, there are two ways of doing this, the fully automated model and the semi-automated model. So which model is better?
Well, I think for Greenhome, they started with the fully automated model. The upside to this model is obviously you lower your labor costs. You don't need people standing by the machine, right? But if you think about Greenhome's target customers, they're mostly community residents, like elderly people or housewives. For them, they're not really used to using smartphones or applications or recycling machines. So actually, from a user experience perspective, it probably makes more sense to have someone standing by the machine and help them, with the recycling process, right? Now, if you think about like ATM machines at the banks, well, the people who use ATM machine more often are still, the young generation, and the elderly still prefer to wait in the line and ask the clerk, to help them to make a deposit or withdraw, right? And the same thing with self-check-in services at the airport. It's usually the business people who use the self-check-in service, whereas the elderly and the housewives, they still want to wait in the line and then ask the company to check in for them.
That's very interesting. So folks, be it the automated model or the semi-automated model, it looks automated recycling is becoming an important part of the industry. We'll take a look at the overall picture after this break.